Now we deal with the elasticity of consciousness. Consciousness is very elastic. Awareness, therefore, is elastic. So, if the universe is expanding, yeah, and the dimensions that we know are expanding, so it also means the dimensions of our neurons are expanding. We, as conscious beings, do not notice any change. Things still look the same relative to each other. Okay? So, if I was holding a piece of paper and its length expanded, its dimensions, length, breadth, whatever, its dimensions expanded to 10 times what they are, and then the dimensions of my hands expanded to 10 times what they are, the dimensions of my body expanded to 10 times what they are, for me, it will still look the same. It'll just be scaled up. So if the universe is expanding, it still looks like it's the same to us. A meter is still a meter relative to everything else. Yeah? Your awareness, yeah, can't detect whether the dimensions it's living in are 10 times greater than the dimensions it was living in yesterday. It can't detect that. Yeah? Because if the dimensions of what's producing consciousness increase by the same amount as the dimensions of everything else, your awareness is gonna be the same. Everything is gonna look the same. If you was shrinking the universe and it shrunk to the point of an atom, everything else would shrink relative to that. Yeah? This will also shrink relative to that. You have the diameter of the universe, it shrinks to the size of an atom. This will also shrink by the same ratio. Yeah? So if you was smaller than an atom, you wouldn't know any better. Everything around you will still look the same. Yeah? So if we do die and consciousness gets concentrated into a point size, yeah, everything we experience, we can still have awareness that looks the same. We'll just be seeing a different world. Yeah? So consciousness is elastic. Yeah? It has zero stiffness. Didn't want to mention that, but anyway. It's got zero stiffness, so it can be stretched, shrunk, can do all kinds of things to it, and it doesn't know any better, doesn't know any different. Yeah. So whatever argument you come up with about life after death, yeah, there could be a universe out there that is the size of a point, and everything we see in the universe is confined into that. Yeah. And your consciousness can be scaled down into that. Yeah. But you still think that the dimensions are the same because everything is scaled down by the same factor. Yeah. Or ratio. Yeah. So whatever argument you come up with against life after death, yeah, you can't deny that the elasticity of consciousness means that even if you say that there's only one particle of consciousness left after you die, yeah, it can still be aware, you can still be aware, yeah, of where you are, yeah, if your consciousness was scaled down into a point size, yeah. So when you die, your consciousness takes up space, Yeah, those who astral project know that consciousness takes up space-time. If somebody distorts that space-time, you won't know any better. If they shrink it to a point, you won't know any better. Yeah, you still be aware. Yeah, and you're in superposition. You still be aware of the whole universe, but you just be so scaled down, and everything will still look the same to you. Yeah. So I just want you to just think about that. The elasticity of consciousness. Another thing in favor of life after death. Yeah, because it means that your awareness doesn't care how big or small things are, even if they're that new nothingness that they've discovered. Even if your consciousness and awareness becomes that small, you're still gonna be aware as you would be if you was alive. Life after death.